Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Staci Static, and my guest is author and veteran police officer, Glenn Rogers. He's here to discuss some ways on how to conduct yourself and interact with the police. So you've actually gathered up all the information that you learned in 22 years of being a police officer, and you have put it inside of an audiobook called How to Avoid Traffic Arrest and Tragedy. So who is the course for? Who's the book for?
The course is for any person that lives in the United States, actually.
Okay.
Primarily to people who drive, but it also will help people who might interact with the police on any level.
Okay. Any level. All right. And you say driving because that's primarily when people get hemmed up. It's like a motor vehicle operation it can be several different things. So do you teach them, like, you need to have all of your situations together in your motor vehicle, your tags need to be right, or?
Well, the first thing I teach them is the psychology of the police officer.
Okay.
Because the whole point in all of this is to get them off of that traffic stop, and preferably that they not get charged, nor arrested, abused, shot, killed, and all other stuff that can be associated with it.
Right.
And in order to do that, they have to understand the mind of that person that's a police officer.
Is that something that you feel like is taught? I'm sorry to cut you off. Is that something that's taught inside the academy, and that's why you can speak to it, because there's a certain training that goes into training a police officer?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, in the academy, what they do is they teach the psychology of the people that we're going to interact with. So in my training, what I do is I teach the psychology of the police officer so you can understand him. In fact, there's 2 WashU students that told me that they got stopped. A plainclothes vehicle stopped them. And he said that what I had taught him about restraining himself and what that guy was thinking was absolutely exactly the way it played out. And he really appreciated having understood the psychology of the cop. Because you can get off. A lot of times you get away just by understanding emotions and not responding in stereotypical ways.
Okay, got you. Okay. So did you also consult with, like, judges or other white police officers maybe, or even attorneys to help you compile this information, or was this strictly you?
No, strictly me.
Okay.
But I've gotten some accolades from some of those who are in law.
Okay.
And they really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm sure they do. So how long is the course, and should you take notes when you take the course?
Well, it's about 90 minutes long, and then they can also download it to a DVD if they want to, play it in their vehicles. But it should be listened to at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Okay.
Because every time you listen to it, you're going to pick up something different.
Okay, so what is the main takeaway? Like, if you watch the course, if you listen to the course, I have to say, what's one of the main takeaways that you want people to come away with?
You will finally understand why it's happening and what you should do.
Is the most important thing in it, without giving it away, is it money?
No.
It's not money?
No.
That's not the end game? That's not why we're getting stopped all the time? It's not money?
No.
To generate money?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes a police officer stops you because he's been alluded to be lazy, and he might hang around the donut shop too long.
Oh. So
sometimes he gets out there and he gets active before his shift is over, just so he can put some activity on his daily activity report.
Oh. So you have to, like you said, understand the psychology.
Understand the psychology of that cop.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. And you make sure you get this information, because it seems like Mr. Rogers is giving you the game, honey. And this is something that you need. I think I need to watch it myself.
You sure do.
You're definitely giving out the game. So make sure you get the information, because he's teaching you the techniques on how to avoid, just having unnecessary situations that we can all avoid when dealing with police officers. It's called How to Avoid Traffic Arrest and Tragedy, the audiobook. It's, of course, available now. Learn the techniques and see what you can do for that. But you know what? You can do all of that. Just make sure you go and visit InsideTheLaw.us. And there's more STL Live after this, so stay with us. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
This was a wealth of information.